Uh-oh. So let's look at roll out here. So the first thing here is that the first thing we should realize is that we need to check our maps when we're rolling out a spawn. And we would have realized that 0 people are coming from the right express. So there's nobody that's dropping right. So this whole thing with blank going out far right, that's extremely relevant information to him. And also just to anybody who's setting up on the right side. You guys need to know that. And you guys, that should be the first thing that you guys realize that nobody's right. So with that being said, that kind of uh, would help the positioning and like knowing where we need to focus because we're going to be pinching hard from left. That's what we're trying for. So, um, see how it rolls here. So they're kind of focused me, and Danny tries to come up and take the fight. See, the thing is we're trying to push hard left, but there's 4 on their plaid basically. The splash is there too. So the game plan of pushing their slick is completely canceled in this situation because there's 4 there. Which is what happened to me in the tournament where I pushed too far forward before we really had control. So that's why I kind of rolled out left and try to get some map control left tree. Um, so, but the knot is on this block here in the middle on their wall, and he's just shooting at Danny. And so if Blank would have taken this opportunity, I think, to push front right corner of zone and put pressure on that knot. Also, that's in Saucy Boy's sight line. So Saucy Boy's directly like looking where Blank can position himself. And we're gonna have map control here too. So Danny goes down. um, but instead Blank rotates over to the left side. So there's no map control on the left. So we're rotating into where we don't have map control. And also I'm gonna have to retreat. So I don't think at this point it would make sense for me to stay left tree. So I have to kind of rotate out. I guess maybe I could stay left ramp, like if Blank was rotating over. I guess we could do that. But when Blank rotates left, this knot drops and gets that space for Blank. Like instead of Blank pushing forward here, the knot just drops and gets the space for free. So we're kind of giving up that space, and then we're also giving up left, and now we're giving up right, kind of. And we're kind of like setting ourselves up to where all of us are looking in the same angle. I feel like here. So I think positioning on this opening, once we started dropping, it's kind of rough. So this guy's crabbing Saucy Boy, and then he shifts his crab over to us. So we get kind of pushed out. I choose to strike here, I think, because we were getting pressured and I was trying to like hold. What I probably should have done was wait for Danny to get back to try to pop my special. Maybe wait, till 4:35 or something and pop the special then. If I was going to use my special, also I should have taken more space back. So probably popped back where that box was, so at least Blank could have covered me a little easier. And also I kind of throw my strikes at zone or kind of like on zone and like where the block is. I need to throw the first strike if I'm going to do it in sort of a risky area. The first strike has to be for protection. So I should have thrown 1 strike on that block and then thrown the remainder 2 to try to clear out this right choke, right ramp area, I think. But we all kind of group up here. I get rushed because I'm striking. So at this point, you got 2 on sauce. And the one thing I will say is that Blank has his bubble. So in this situation, you just got to go ahead and just call your bubble. Like I should be calling that I'm getting close to strike. And then when we're getting pushed back into here, Blank should also realize that he's close to his bubble. So when Danny comes back in, Danny should know that we're about to be playing for bubble here instead of just going in. So like that's why we have to call these things out in advance so we can set each other up. So Danny knows that when he's on plat rotating choke, he's about to have a bubble to play off of. Saucy Boy retreats. Nice pick, by the way. So let's watch this from overhead real quick. So I'm going, you see me, I'm going here. I squid rolled off of Express. And so the knot saw me he saw me squid roll off of the Express. What I should have done is taken that back Express. The back one gives you a little bit more cover so you can drop down if you're trying to be a little more stealthy. So also we can set each other up where someone takes the back Express and somebody takes the top. So I get myself killed here, which is unfortunate. But then from here, there's like two things that happen. So Danny and Blank end up going Express, and then Saucy Boy is playing plat. So we'll look at Sauce right now. We'll start at 425. So he backs up here. Boom. All right. You see that? That's a wiper right there. So right now our plat is free. And that's the thing is like plat's free. I feel like the opportunity here now, Sauce, you could switch over and play the right side of Pert or like booth area to kind of get like a better angle on the choke, like the choke and like maybe like a head of slick, right? And then also them jumping over on the wall, you can kind of get a better angle on that shit. So like after you get this pick and then the wiper backs up, where that paint is over there on the right side of the booth, you could literally go there and play that area. And you could just have a straight shot onto that angle because they can't get up on plat any other way. So when you cleared it and you backed off, you could take that now. And like the other thing here is that the wiper, like you see the wiper over here, you backed him up. He's holding hammer. So that's something that we need to be stressing in the comms is that this wiper is playing right. Like you watch this wiper for like 20 seconds, basically. And I don't know that we call that he's holding hammer, but that's a big play that he is just sitting over there waiting to use. So he was waiting for hammer. And I basically, after I die over here on the left, I get back on plat and I'm trying to paint it out, but I'm not aware that the wiper has hammer. Or like where he is, I guess. And so I just died a hammer over here on the left. Or the right, sorry. But so I think you could take perch or booth here to change your angle. I feel like you're also sitting in this area for an extremely long time. And so it's just real predictable of how they can play around you because you can only have so many shots here. So you need to change your angles a bit, I think, when you have opportunity. Boom. So, look, you see that wiper? The wiper was right there. He's in that patch of ink. You just saw him. I'm sure we're calling out where I'm going. I'm sure I'm going plat. So, but I want to stress the importance of like this guy is just holding hammer right side. So, like that needs to be the main. That should be the main part of your awareness here for holding this. Is that wiper is playing right corner with hammer. So. And I should be, when I come out here, I should be bombing this out and making sure I'm painting this. Because it looks like to me, and I'm pretty sure that I didn't really know where the wiper was. They're like, I definitely didn't know he's holding hammer because I didn't check. So, boom. Okay. All right. So this is the other part here. So this is where I have just died on the left. I feel like Blank from you that there's probably a better way to drop in on this. It seems like to me you kind of just drop this a little bit blind. So I don't know if it's Danny dropping first and you playing like the upper ground or whatever, but it's good y'all drop together. Let's watch that one more time. Okay, so you're immediately getting burst bombed and point censored. So there's the knot and there's the splash. Um, Pretty sure we're not aware that you're close to a bubble either. So again, if you're dropping down to play for a bubble, that's a lot different than just dropping down. It seems like the bubble is kind of a panic bubble. So I think we gotta get a little better at planning this stuff in advance, I think. um, so these two things are happening. This bubble is actually really good. Boom, nice kill. But it looks like to me that you forgot about the knot here. So push up. Oh, there's a kill behind me. Nice. 2 down. Now what? Oh. So this thing, right? So I think maybe like when we go 2 down, I think maybe just like chill for just a second and we're like locating enemies. So and just making sure you guys are pushing up together and not really just rushing. It seemed like that was a bit rushed. Like you turn around and then you're like rushing to you. We gotta like slow down, take that extra second first, and then come in when you know where people are. So let's see here. I want to watch this real quick. Danny. So this is Sauce again is still playing Attic, right? Blank dies, and I think Danny, you have like a couple options here. I think probably your best option is to probably not. It's probably to stay where you are, to be honest. Like this is where the most ink is back here by right tree. Um, but you kind of get stuck into a fight, which I think probably getting in a fight in this situation is probably not the idea. Like I saw you like this bomb here. I feel like so your options probably here are either back up where the bubble is and play around that. You can jump out just straight up. You can jump to Saucy Boy. That's probably another good play. You can just reposition back and we can try to get set up again. Or you can like rotate on this plat and where you threw that bomb, like hop up on Slick, get on their plat, and just drop over where you threw that bomb in the first place. Like if you threw that bomb and immediately rotated out that way, then you would have been on our side and you would have been able to back up to like left tree. So I think you had options here, but I think fighting is probably not the best play. Like there's no need to fight this here. And then we rotate the Sauce. We're kind of that breaker is bad. The breaker should throw that breaker behind the wall, like Charo was saying. Like hide that shit a bit. I think we're just kind of cycling here. We have 20 seconds. Maybe we should have gone for a flank here at the end too. Like Blank and I just kind of drop left again. I don't know. So I think that we end up getting strikes, but I think we didn't take enough space quick enough. When it's counting down like that, we kind of just have to go to zone. So it looked like to me, I know I was painting for special, which I think I ended up getting, or I did get, but we didn't rotate really to zone quick enough almost. Seems like. We just gotta go. When it's like 20, when it's counting down at 20, let's just go. So probably from here, like we're respawning at 25. That was a good jump from Blank, by the way. We probably should have just jumped in and then either rotated left or just immediately try to like push into choke. I'm trying to paint for special. I want to get strike, but we don't really have time. Yeah.